this video, we will review some of the basic Google Drive features, as well as some more advanced features that can be used to expand the capability of what you can do within the browser itself. If I go into my Drive by clicking on the waffle bar, I will see the main Drive screen. This consists of all the files, docs, forms, and even pictures that are stored within my Drive. You can organize them into folders or leave them out into individual documents as you see here. You can also click the My Drive drop-down box on the left-hand side, which will show you a view of everything that you have in the Drive in terms of folders, and then when you click on each of the folders, it will display the contents of that folder in the main screen. We can start by creating simple documents like you see here. If we go up to the New button and move down to a new Google Doc, it will create a new file, which is essentially an updated Microsoft Word document, except this document can be shared over the cloud and synced between computers. We'll name the document Document 1, and once it's named, I don't have to save it or anything. If I exit out, it will simply show up here in my main page. Now when I'm working in Drive and I'm getting documents out of it frequently, I'll go up to my tab bar and press Pin Tab. This locks this particular tab down so it cannot be closed even if I try to click on it. If I exit out the session altogether and reopen it, the Drive tab will still be on this page, allowing me to open up the various files that I want to come back to, yet still being able to come back to my main screen for my document management. Let's look at some of the other document types that you can create within Google Drive. Clicking on the new icon again, we'll come down to Google Sheets, which creates spreadsheets. Spreadsheets are extremely useful and can be very powerful when used for various applications. We'll name this spreadsheet Spreadsheet 1. And once again, the same rules hold true. Even if you close it out, you'll see your new spreadsheet is still saved into your Drive, and your Drive icon here is still open. Google Slides, presentation software, functions very much the same like PowerPoint. And again, you go back, and there it is. Well, the last ones I like to use is Google Forms. Google Forms is essentially a application where you can create surveys, and assign them to classes, really anyone, and they'll gather the results very neatly into a spreadsheet when it is finished, or you can export it as a chart, a graphical chart showing different graphs of how the data came in and how it is laid out. One of the great features that the Google Cloud Drive Suite has and offers is the ability to share documents back and forth between different people who can then work on the document simultaneously or simply view the document. All of these files can be shared and viewed the exact same way with others to collaborate. If we go into any of our documents and we come over here to our share settings, we have the opportunity to share with other people. This can be done by typing in their email address here and giving that person the option to edit the document, comment on it, or simply to view the document. If you want to collaborate with another person, you would hit edit the document, and that will allow the other person to go into the document simultaneously as you and create whatever changes you wish to make. To send this out to the requested party to be shared, you simply hit send document. You could also check your advanced feature box to see a little bit more information about where it's going to, and I'll send it. In this case, I'm going to send an email message notifying the person that they have been invited to view the document, which will come up in their email, and that email will provide a link directly to that document. This is the same across all of the various Google software applications. I would now like to introduce another feature of Google Drive that may not be as commonly known, but is a very powerful feature and gives you a lot of flexibilities in storing, transferring, and syncing files across multiple machines. As we know, Google Drive is a cloud-based software where all of our documents are stored on remote Google servers and can be accessed from any internet-connected computer. This, however, also relies on the documents to be accessible if you have an internet connection, as the files are not stored locally. There is a feature with Google Drive that allows you to store your files locally so they can be accessed even if the internet is not connected. The documents, as you see here, which are specifically cloud-based, will not be accessible locally on your machine unless you download a special offline player, which can be done. But for our purposes, let's first download Google Drive, which is a separate program and will install on your machine locally. You can get to this by coming up to your settings menu and say download Drive. You'll be brought to the screen where you can download it for your machine. Once you have it downloaded and installed, we can open it up and you'll see a window for us to log into. We'll log into this with the email address that you wish to sync. And you'll be given with a series of prompts that you can read through as you click through the various options. I'm going to minimize my browser so we can see the desktop as I go through this. And as we click next, what's going to happen once we say sync is Google Drive will create a folder on our local desktop. This folder will be mimicked and put in sync with our online library. As you see here, here are all the lesson plans, here are the presentation, the spreadsheet that are all also on my Google Drive. The local files are now synced to the cloud and will be synced to any other computer which I log Google Drive into and then use my account to add. So to see how this works, let's go in our local folder on our machine, and I'm going to create a new folder called music. As I press enter, the music file will get two little sync bars or two little sync arrows moving around and around. And once you see your check mark that is sync, you'll now notice that in your cloud drive, there is that exact same music folder that you just created. Anything in this folder will be synced in this folder, added or deleted. So you have to be careful that if you want to keep a file, that you don't delete it from one location, because if you do, the sync will happen and then you will delete the folder from the local machine. Now it may seem that this is not very useful if you can't access these files when you're not connected to the internet. However, other files can indeed be synced across multiple machines with the internet down or up and viewed locally. So let's go in our local folder, the music file we just created, and I'll drag my songs into a local folder. Now, while you could upload these from the drive and select folder or folders, that's another way to do it. Google Drive is nice because you can simply drag and drop into the folder without even necessarily being online. Once you go online, Google Drive will automatically start up with your computer and automatically start syncing all the files or the new information that you've put into your local Google Drive. So if we take a look, you can see these files are still syncing. If we look at our bar down here, you can see it's syncing 3 of 5. And you can see these files are slowly but surely uploading into the drive. Now this is great because any computer that is yours, whether it's at work, whether it's at home, whether it's in office, with Drive installed, you'll have a mirror copy of every single folder on that particular computer. When one is edited, all will be edited, keeping all your files and the most recent copies saved. This is also used for if you're using a program such as a CAD program that we use, and what you can do is we have that program set up to automatically save into our local Google Drive, and once it's automatically saved into the local drive, it will automatically be uploaded to the cloud. And if that file needs to be worked on for another location, we can open up Google Drive at that other location, start using that same file, automatically send it back to the local drive on that other machine, and the files will be completely synced together without having to worry about email attachments back and forth, which sometimes are too big to be sent, or the most recent file that you've been working on is not sent, and you end up getting a previous version and then losing some work. These are some of the basics and more advanced features of Google Drive. Obviously, there's a lot more to it, but these is a good basic overview of how the documents sharing works, and also file syncs and transfers. I hope you have found this video useful, and thanks for watching.